Hey YouTube, I'm here to do a response to a blog that I got sent. And first I want to say sorry that I'm using my webcam. It's just that I'm so lazy, I don't feel like hooking up my tripod and all that. And yeah, okay, so the blog that I got sent, I'm not gonna mention her name because she didn't give me permission to, and I don't know if she wants me to. So just out of respect, I'm not gonna mention her name. But the title was "Calling All Military Wives slash Girlfriends," and I'll kind of explain the background about what the blog was about. Basically, there's a girl who's been dating a guy for 6 months. He is in the military. Um, she met him January 2011. She recently found out that he is getting orders to South Korea for a year, and right after that, he'll be going to Germany for 3 years. So he'll be gone a total of 4 years. They've only been dating 6 months. She says that it's short. It's a short time, but they have a really strong relationship. He was originally supposed to leave in July. He broke his foot. It got pushed back to August, and then he really wasn't recovering well. So now he's due to leave September 30th. She wants to know, should she go with him when he goes to Germany? Should she stay behind? An opinion from a military spouse or whatever. My husband's been in the Navy 7 years. Um, we have been separated a lot of times due to him having to go out to sea and stuff like that. Separation that we had no choice about because it is the military and that is what you sign up for. And I just want to tell her first, everything that we say is just our opinions. At the end of the day, you're going to have to make a choice that is comfortable for you. That's what I want to tell you. But I'll share my opinion with you. First, the first thing that jumped out to me is you. I'm sorry. I like to be completely honest, and I'm not coming across any kind of way. I'm just gonna say that, and I will hope that you want complete honesty from me. Okay. First, I want to say you. What stood out the most is you've only been dating him 6 months. Really, when you think about it, 6 months is not a long time, but at the same time, I knew right away that I loved my husband. I was in love with him and I wanted to marry him. I used to tell him, "You're gonna love me, you're gonna love me, you're gonna marry me." Like I used to sing that to him and I barely even knew him. Long and behold, 6 years later, I'm still with him. Anyway, enough about me. But that is a short time. But at the same time, when it's love, it doesn't matter. And then that would be my first question: are you in love with this man? Is this a man that you want to spend the rest of your life with? Do you know without a shadow of a doubt that you love this man, you want to be with him? Because moving, for one, is a huge thing. Moving overseas, for two, is very huge. Sometimes the culture shock and things like that tend to really separate couples, dating, married people, whatever. Sometimes that brings a lot of tension in it. I know a lot of people who've moved here and they just absolutely just went into like a frozen zone. They hated it and they kind of took that out on their spouse, which ended in divorce. Um, I guess my opinion would be if you love him and if you feel it's right, then okay, let me back up. If it was me, I would pray. I don't know if you pray. I don't know what kind of relationship you have with God, but I will pray and I will wait for a confirmation. God, is this what I'm supposed to do? Am I supposed to move? I'm gonna move when you say move, God. Am I supposed to? Um, it's kind of tough because you have your whole life here, and I guess the question is it worth it to move your whole life with him? How do you really feel about this man? And this is the point where you got to be 100% honest with yourself. Do you see this as a long-term thing? Because I'm not the type of person that want to waste my time on something that is very short and it's not going to last that long anyway. And if you already know that, don't do it. My opinion, I wouldn't. But from the blog, it seems like you're very into him. You've already got your bachelor's and you'll be working on your master's, which is an awesome accomplishment. Don't let anything get in the way of that. You know, it's one thing to have a boyfriend, and there's another thing to have a husband. When you are a wife, you really have no choice. You made this covenant with him and God, and wherever that man goes, you are to go. And when you're a girlfriend, you kind of have more options. It's if you don't want to, don't do it. Don't feel pressured into doing it. I could say you could go with him to Korea and see how that works. And if that's not working, then don't do 3 years with him in Germany. Or you can stay home while he does the year in Korea and see how that relationship works. Because if it's getting stronger, then okay, with us away, we can make it. Then when I go to Germany, we'll definitely be able to make it. But if he goes to Korea and you stay here and it's really, really rocky, then okay, I probably don't want to go to Germany with this man. Probably shouldn't pick up and move my whole life. Secondly, do you have kids? That's my question. If you have kids, you have to take that into consideration. Because just to pick up and move children and not be married is another thing too. At the end of the day, you're going to have to really, really think about it. For me, even when I was dating my husband, I love that man so much. I think that even when we're dating, if he asked me to up and go, I would go. I knew. I don't care what people say, love at first sight. There's no such thing. Okay, for me, it is. I love that man to this day. I loved him then. I love him even more now. Ugh. I love that man. Anyway, so that's my 2 cents on it. Really, really, really think and don't feel rushed to make a decision. Really, really sit down and talk to him about it. Talk to him about where he sees this relationship going the next 5 years. What do you guys think it'll be like? Talk about children. Talk about, has he ever been overseas before? Because if it's something new for him and for you, be prepared for the best and the worst. A lot of times people only want to talk about the good, but relationships are hard. It's hard work, especially marriages. It's constant work every single day. And if you're not up for the work, you're not up for the challenge, might as well hang it up right now. I'm not specifically talking about you. I'm just saying in general right now. I know I say a lot. Sorry. But, it's your choice. To each his own. You know how you feel about him. I just encourage you to really, really sit down and talk with him and try to figure out where his head's at, where your head's at. But the most important thing is you have to be honest with yourself and with him. You have to be completely truthful. What are your motives for going? What are your reasons? Do you just not want to be alone? Are you in love with him? For me, when my husband leaves 6 and 7 months at a time, before I've been without him 8 months at a time, 9 months, I don't have a choice. I have to wait on that man. I love him. I've made vows with this man before God, and that's just what I signed up for. I'm going to wait on him. I love that man to pieces. And I know a lot of times that because people are single, they feel like, well, I can do what I want to do, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, love is love. If you love someone, I think that you'll wait. It's just a little different when you're single. You don't have to. Married people, so I know some like, I don't have to wait either. That's your home. In my house, I wait. I love him, and it's hard. It's hard to be separated from someone you love. It's hard. That's why you're going to have to make the choice. Can you handle, if you do say, being without him? Is the trust strong enough? Trust and trust and long distance relationships, it has to be there. Is God in your marriage? Are you saved? Whatever. All this stuff you have to try to figure out with him and yourself. And I do have a lot of friends who are also married to married men, and guys, come on. We need your opinions too. You need to comment below and help her out. You know, this is what we're supposed to do: lift each other up, be there for each other. Um, we've been through it, so we have to share what we know with other people. Um, I so thank you for sending the blog to me. Man, it just like it makes me so happy. But look at hot mess. Um, I hope I answer your questions. Let me see. I'm trying to read it and make sure. It says at the end, she wrote, I need advice from ladies who have been in the situation where you are in a dilemma about whether you should move yourself or even you and the family to a new location because of your significant other's military orders. And if you did not move, how did you deal with the separation issues? I've never been in a military relationship, nor have I ever seen how one is managed, so please enlighten me. She's looking for advice. Come on, ladies, we need to help her. Um, all I can say is I've been with this man who's been in the military for a while, and it's not easy. No relationship is easy, especially being with someone in the military. So you have to be ready for the ride, and you have to say, even if it gets hard, I'm gonna be with this man. So make your choice, and make sure it's the right choice for you. We can say all day long what we think. At the end of the day, you have to be comfortable with this choice because this is your life. This is not a movie. You have to live it out. Once you make that choice, you have to live it out. So I hope I answered your question. Thanks for sending me the blog, and let me know if you need anything else. Talk to you later.